Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Ukraine's military intelligence chief says Russian troops are being ousted from Sievierodonetsk despite a tenfold advantage of the enemy in artillery. Sievierodonetsk is a strategically important city in the eastern Donbass region of Ukraine. It's not clear who currently has the advantage, with both sides giving differing reports. However, Russian troops are said to be pushing towards Sievierodonetsk in an effort to cut off the Ukrainians. Russian state media has confirmed the death of one of Moscow's top generals during heavy fighting in Ukraine's eastern Donbass region. Major General Roman Kutuzov was killed leading an assault on a Ukrainian settlement in the region. Russian state media has confirmed the death, although the Defence Ministry has not commented on the reports. Meanwhile, the UK's Defence Secretary says the country is sending its first long-range missiles to Ukraine, despite a threat from Russia to the west. Ben Wallace said the M270 multiple-launch rocket system will help Ukraine defend itself against Russia. The government has not confirmed how many weapons will be sent, but it's thought to be 3 initially. The decision comes after the US announced last week it was also supplying a rocket system. The UK Prime Minister has survived a vote of no confidence from within his own party that could have seen him removed from office.
The threshold of 15% of the parliamentary party seeking a vote of confidence in the Prime Minister has been passed.
Graham Brady, chairman of the Conservative Party that represents the party's lawmakers, earlier confirmed the vote. It's after a report was published that documented alcohol-fuelled parties in government when Britain was under strict lockdowns to tackle COVID-19.
I think history tells us that this is the beginning of the end. If you look at the previous examples of no confidence votes, even when Conservative Prime Ministers survived those, the damage is already done. The boos, I think, reflected a mood across the country. And that's why, amongst other things, I think that's why many Tory MPs feel that that basic trust has gone.
Police say the death toll has risen to 26 after a bus fell into a gorge in India's northern state of Uttarakhand with 30 people on board. 4 of those rescued are in a critical condition. The bus, which was travelling from the district of Panna in the central state of Madhya, crashed on Sunday. The Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh visited the injured at a hospital following their rescue. Firefighters in Bangladesh are battling for a 3rd day to stamp out a massive fire that killed 41 people at a container depot. Footage showed thick columns of smoke and rows of burnt-out containers as the fire, which started on Saturday 40 kilometres from the southeastern port city of Chittagong. Officials revised the death toll down to 41 from 49, with more than 200 injured. The tally included at least 9 dead firefighters. Officials suspected the source of the fire to be a container of hydrogen peroxide. The incident has once again highlighted the South Asian nation's poor safety record. The President of Egypt has promised to provide 30 million doses of coronavirus vaccine to African countries in coordination with the African Union. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi made the announcement at the first Pan-African Health Conference, which is being held in the Egyptian capital, Cairo. Around 400 health officials, along with medical companies working in more than 100 companies, are attending the event. President Sisi said that although Egypt had limited resources like other African countries, it was ready to cooperate with them all. And finally, the world-renowned architect Diabedo Francis Carrere has received a hero's welcome at his hometown in Burkina Faso after receiving the 2022 Pritzker Architecture Prize. From a car's sunroof, Carrere, the first African architect to win the award, presented his gold medal to locals who'd gathered to cheer him home to Gando in the southeast of the country. Huge crowds then greeted him when he arrived. Gando had no school when Carrere was growing up. He is now returning to visit 2 schools that he designed and that were built using local materials and labour, with an emphasis on combating the region's heat. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.